How can you work in having a good relationship with yourself?
Work hard at it and we focus on it, that we can make it happen.
People who have accomplished great things did accomplish great things because they didn't give up.
Don't view it as a mission impossible. View everything as a mission possible.
Alan, what are you doing here?
We're here to save you.
So today we have the great honor to have the directors from the Lost City movie, which is an American romantic adventure comedy film directed by the brothers Adam Nee and Aaron Nee. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's start talking about the cast. The cast of this film is simply incredible. You have Sandra Bullock, Brad Pitt, Channing Tatum, Daniel Radcliffe, among others. Can you both describe how was the casting process and how were you both able to bring all of these amazing talents to this film?
We had never heard of any of these people before this movie. They all just came in and auditioned, and they just happened to be really good. You know, they were just really good actors.
Yeah, we had to call back Brad a couple of times.
Yeah.
We weren't sure, but in the end, we were won over.
He just wanted it so bad. You know, you could tell he wanted to do it.
No, but in all seriousness, this cast is, I think, beyond our wildest dreams of the cast that we thought that we could get. We knew from the beginning that Sandy was attached, and she cast us as the directors for this. And I think Sandy deserves the real credit too for being the draw, because she's somebody that understandably people want to work with. And so we were able to get extraordinary talent.
I think it's going to spoil us for the rest of our careers, because I've never had this where you get your first choice every single time. Like truly be like a writing Fairfax being like, this is Daniel Radcliffe. You have Dash and you're like, who could possibly play this role? Channing Tatum is the guy. Channing Tatum doesn't move. Like, it's just across the board. We're just totally spoiled with this cast.
You do know you're not Dash, right? Dash is a character I made up. Dash! Oh my God.
And also there are a lot of amazing, incredible scenes shooting the jungle. We can see explosions, snakes, planes, a lot of things going on. What were the most epic scenes for both of you?
You know, it's funny, like there is just so much stuff. Like even you just mentioned the snakes. We had these 50 snakes that we released on the floor with Channing and Sandy. And the snakes are just like slithering up through them, between them, while they're doing dialogue, and they're both totally game. Sandy was like, can they crawl on top of me? And we're like, oh, I don't know if we want to do that. They're just so game for the craziest stuff.
Yeah, Sandy and Channing take direction really well. The snakes don't.
The snakes were not good actors. They don't.
Not a good actor.
Yeah,
You're not casting them again.
No, those snakes will never work in this town.
Never work in this town again.
I have to respectfully decline.
I'm afraid I must insist.
And also we can see a lot of action and risky scenes. What were the most challenging scenes to shoot apart from the snakes? We can see like the car going down the hills. What were the most challenging scenes?
That little blue car that we have Sandy's legs sticking out of, that one, we were very nervous that it was going to flip over, because it really wanted to flip over. And then we have another challenging vehicle with this armored car that Channing is really hanging from, really falling off of and rolling over the hood, really jumping off of a scooter. Our goal with this movie was to take the audience on an adventure that feels tactile and immersive and like you're in it. And we knew the only way to do that is to actually get out there in the elements and have our cast really doing these things.
I mean, in this day and age, you could do like, you know, you have an explosion, you could do this with CGI, but it just has a different feel. And so it was Brad Pitt's first day on the movie that we did this shot of him pushing the wheelbarrow with Sandy and Channing and the cars exploding behind them. And we had one shot at this. We had one take because the car, you know, where cars are lined with explosions, we're going to blow them up. The sun is setting. You're like running out of time. And so his first day, we're doing this huge explosion scene. But the way that the actors reacted to the real explosion is the reason why you want to do this real stuff. It just changes the reality of it.
Yeah.
C as the key to finding the lost treasure.
After them! I am driving. Oh.
And in terms of the script, the Lost City movie follows the life of a romance novelist, Loretta Sage, played by Sandra Bullock, who gets kidnapped by an eccentric billionaire who hopes she can lead him to an ancient city lost treasure from her latest story. What part of the story for you is the most powerful and why?
You know, something that I always really loved about it is that it's a love story, but your protagonist is someone who's getting over the loss of a great love, that it's not just treating the new love as the most important love in your life. It's just treating it as that you can have great love and lose it and still have more love ahead, that there are more chapters to write in that story of life. That's something I always love, because I think that sometimes in romantic movies, whatever the romance is in the film, you act like, oh, everything before doesn't matter. And that doesn't feel like real life to me. And so I really responded to that element.
I think globally, we've all gone through a rough patch, and it was very meaningful to us to tell a story about a character who was also dealing with her own difficulties that life had thrown at her, and being caught in this moment of feeling like there's no more story left to tell. And then we take her on this life-affirming, fun adventure that shows, no, there are more adventures to be had. There is more story ahead of you. And it's the journey that we wanted to go on and are excited to take audiences on.
You do know you're not Dash, right? Dash is a character I made up. Dash! Oh my God.
And let's talk about the costume design. I love every costume, every design of each character. We can see especially Sandra Bullock in the middle of the jungle wearing high heels with a sparkling jumpsuit. Can you both tell us more about the selection of the costume from each character?
I'm glad that you call out each of the characters. The jumpsuit definitely is a standout, but every one of these characters has their character being defined by these costumes, and not only do we get a picture of what their character is like with Daniel's very dapper, over the top dapper suit, and Dave Vine's attire, Patty Harrison's attire, but the clothing also tells the story of their journey. And so like you meet Channing's character, who is a cover model, who he's a poser. He's somebody who pretends to be an adventurer. And when we meet him first on the adventure, he's wearing an outfit that is just wrong. It's the wrong kind of camouflage. It's the wrong kind of adventure wear. But over the course of the journey, that comes apart and is deconstructed, and you see him rebuilt into something that is more like the authentic hero. And Sandy, same thing in that jumpsuit that just does not belong in the jungle. But by the end of the movie, she's wearing something that she feels like a character out of one of her romance novels.
She almost becomes like Jane in the jungle, like just seems like someone who's gone through a big adventure and can take it. And it was really important to us that the costumes do tell a story.
Prepare to die.
There are just hundreds of snakes in this temple just waiting for us to show up.
What? Why aren't they biting that guy?
This is ridiculous.
And in terms of the location, I heard the film took place in the Dominican Republic. Why did you both decided to shoot in the Dominican Republic?
Because it's beautiful.
It's so beautiful. It gave us everything that we needed in terms of, like, we have just incredible dense jungle that can make you feel like these two fish out of water are way out of their depth. But it also has like ocean caves that we shot in, and big open areas where we dug the lost city and Fairfax's camp. Like, it just had such a diversity, and it's an exciting place that it has a burgeoning film community. So there's a community of people that are very excited to be building a film community, and they brought everything they had to this movie. I mean, the people that we met on this film, I'll never forget. Like, we made some incredible friends and even cast some incredible Dominican actors in the film, like Hector Annabelle.